August 2023 horoscopes. August is going to start off with the full moon in Aquarius and the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm not going to front. This full moon is going to be a lot. It's going to be a doozy. All those feelings that you have decided to detach from because you just couldn't handle them, or you felt like those feelings wasn't logical enough for you, or whatever. Those feelings are going to all come back and all come back all at once. And the reason why these feelings are going to be big and it's just going to all just flood to you, because this full moon is actually square Jupiter, and it's an applying square. Jupiter in Taurus, mind you. And so with those energies, those feelings of feeling like alienated, othered, unconventional, weird, different, and how you've been stopped by it. It's definitely caused by tradition, or not doing things the right way, or feeling that you are going like off into another tangent or to another like side road instead of going straight forward. And so those feelings of being othered and feeling different are going to be big, and it's going to be in your face. But the main lesson with the sun being in Leo, the sun's domicile in Leo, is authentic self-expression. That's the main lesson here. And so it's going to be difficult, but you got this though, okay? Then between like August 3rd to the 23rd, like end of August, Venus is going to be kind of doing its own thing. It's typical. It's like a yearly thing. Venus is going to go under beams in the beginning of the month, and then towards mid-month is going to hit that full combustion with the sun, meaning that it's making us like very, generally tight conjunction with the sun. And then it's going to hit the Cazimi. I think the Cazimi is going to be around the 13th. Cazimis are usually good, but this is one, again, Venus is retrograde, so we're going to be reflecting a lot about relationships, about, your desires and your wants, and how you express them and how you get at them and all that energy. And then towards the end of the month, Venus should be visible again. And so around August, Venus is going through a lot, is retrograde, is not completely visible. Again, this happens every year, but Venus may not be the planet you want to lean towards around this time, especially if you're into kind of like planetary magic or planetary honoring and things like that, okay? And just know things Venusian related might be a little bit difficult, if there might be some delays there too. Then on the 16th, there'll be a new moon in Leo. Now, new moon in Leos are usually lit because, with new moons, our subconscious reactions and our conscious reactions are aligning. And with that Leo energy, we are wanting to express ourselves, wanting to tap into our talents and tap into our fun energy and just like express ourselves and be happy and joyful and things like that. However, this energy is going to be a little bit different, and we might be expressing ourselves out of some kind of unresolved energy that we need to address. So the expression may not be the most fun. With this energy, the new moon is going to be conjoined Venus. So with that energy, again, Venus is retrograde, and so we're thinking about the past. This is a time where people are going to be hearing from their exes for real, like for real. But they're going to be thinking about the past and being like, oh, like I miss when this was happening and that was happening. Again, you might not hear from your ex. You most likely you will. You never know. You might see them, some theme with that. But you're going to be very much in a romantic mood, but feeling delays or miscommunication when it comes to that, or just with our desires overall. And this new moon is going to also be squaring Jupiter. Jupiter's in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus is us trying to find ways to, create abundance with our resources and the things that we can rely on that's steady and secure will make us feel good, right? With that square energy, we're going to feel that it's hard for us to express ourselves in abundance and tap into that abundance of love. And, there might be some frustration expressed with that energy in big proportions. All right. Also, the big whoopee, the big crazy that's happening is this new moon is going to be exactly squaring Uranus. So something's going to pop off that's going to shake and rock our foundation and our values, our stability, and all that energy. And we're going to express it, and we're going to be like, oh my goodness, and we're going to be out there. So watch what happens, in the world as well. It's going to be quite interesting. But that energy is going to bring in something new for sure. Also, this energy will be trining North Node as well. And so there is like a positive spin to it, kind of, where we're going to have an easy transition that leads us into some energy of not necessarily self-reliance, but this kind of like dutyness and wanting to tap into our passions and our motivations and wanting to just express ourselves and be ourselves and just take the actions that we need to be able to express ourselves. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be an interesting new moon. I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out. Then on the 23rd, we're going to have two transits that are big. First, the sun's going to move into Virgo, which we're going to express ourselves in a more, dutiful, more, detailed oriented, focused on time management, being very specific. We have to be noticing we're cleaning more. We're looking to the details of things. Fall's about to come, so it makes sense. We're preparing for the harvest. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be focusing more on the details and the specifics of things. That's how we're going to generally express ourselves as a collective. But the interesting thing about that is that, the sun's in Virgo. Virgo's ruled by Mercury, but Mercury's going to be retrograde the same day. Yes. Venus and Mercury is going to be retrograde. So it's going to be very interesting energy for sure. Through this energy, though, we are reflecting on our day-to-day life, our communication, and how we go about expressing that energy too, because sun's also involved here. So it's going to be quite interesting. We feel this energy of like responsibility and leadership for sure. But, we're going to try to like wash away disillusionment and confusion and lead towards building and doing better and being innovative and, having our routine life and our communication flow better with this transit that's happening on the 23rd. Okay. On the 27th, Mars will enter Libra. Mars don't like being in Libra. It's in detriment in Libra. And so with this energy, we have Mars that is following their own passions, their motivations, their personal drive, and pushing forward, while Libra likes to look at both things, weigh them out, be logical instead of leaning by passion. And so typically with Mars Libra folks, they notice that, they're motivated by looking into the facts, weighing out things, pro and con. And so that's going to be the energy that we are expressing. But we will have this like inner fire that just kind of wants to go, but we're being stopped by what's the objective reasoning for things. And so just be aware of that energy, and just know that you may be leaning a little bit more to complacency around this time. Then 2 days later on the 29th, Uranus is going to station retrograde. And when Uranus is retrograde, it brings more spontaneity. It brings more like erratic, random energy kind of popping out of nowhere. But it's in Taurus though. And again, Taurus is fixed earth. And so we're bringing all that spontaneity, that uniqueness, that sporadic energy to things that we thought that were grounded in our life. And re-changing or helping us reevaluate. I said re-changing. Helping us reevaluate our values, our values materially and energetically. Then lastly, on the last day of August, we'll have the blue moon, which is the second the second full moon in 1 month. That's called blue moons, right? And it's going to be in Pisces. At this time, we are releasing disillusionment, confusion, unawareness, and we are heading towards like bringing a little bit more order, routine, discipline, and plans to the things that we want in our lives. Okay, kind of learning to ground ourselves through practical action. Okay, you want to learn more about how this will specifically affect you? Well, go to the bio, right? Go to, you know where to go, Blyo. Go over there, check out the horoscopes that I wrote for Stylist Magazine. I'm the horoscope writer there, and you be sure to look at your sun, moon, and rising to get a full picture, especially that rising sign, okay? But thank you so much for listening, and I hope this helped. Mwah. Bye-bye. Happy August.